All right. So, guys, what we'll do is we'll start in 1 more minute. So, again, get out your reminders and we will go through it all and I'll record it and everyone will record it. And we've also got a recording from last night also. Super important that people know about that 48-hour special though, because if they see the recording in 3 hours, 3 days time and they miss out on that special, they'll be, asking why they didn't know about it. So just make sure as leaders, especially that we're sending out that message. All right.
Abby,
Okay. Right, everything's ready to go. So if you want, do you want to start, Stephen?
Hmm?
Or just we'll just mute everyone. Do you want to start, Stephen? And
Sure.
share your vision and what made you excited about Vitafire? Oh, not Vitafire. It's early in the morning. I gotta have my coffee. Saga with Vitafire. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean it is a little bit of both, my vision in October 2021, what I wrote in my journal was I want to build something extraordinary. I will, I am now. And so that's not just an extraordinary product combined with amazing leadership and great culture, but a an offer to someone to partner in business also needs to include a system to do it with, right? And up to this point, I think we've been just kind of patching things together, and we've done well. We've done well because the product is so good, and we have such a great culture, right? Um, and the testimonials are stunning. It's not because we had the a world-class business system, right? And I joke a bit that if you want to get rich, get lazy. If you want to be wealthy, get ignorant. And that just means that can you can you simplify and dumb down your business process so for the sake of scaling it? And what we see in network marketing is people start building a business and they will have some initial success, which they think means they are on their way to their dream. But often they're building it in the wrong way and they don't know that they're just frankly headed down the wrong road. And they're going to go quite a ways down that road till they run into a dead end and realize, crap, I went down the wrong road. And they may or may not have the ability to go all the way back down and redo the entire thing with a different mindset and different approach. So, you know, I would love to hear from Matteo to just kind of have him briefly. I loved his overview of how it started and why, and how he feels different about his network marketing business now than when he was like, okay, we got to do something. I think he's on here. Matteo, are you able to share?
Hey, brother. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. I think it's Sunday in the USA, right? It's already Monday in Australia for you, Rebecca. Okay, right. So Stephen, would you like me to share how this whole thing started? Like,
Yeah, I
why?
mean, like I know you were an entrepreneur. You're a pretty young guy, and I know you were already pretty successful entrepreneur before Vidify, and a bit of a self-professed workaholic, right? You
That's
know,
right.
so you're like, I'm gonna build some amazing business, and you did it, and you're like, crap, the business owns me. Tell us a bit about, I know, what kind of business did you do before network marketing?
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, again, hello everybody, and I see great faces here. I'm super excited for everything that is coming for you and for your businesses. When like back in at the end of 2019, I find myself with this big business. Like I'm transporting. I'm literally having logistic business in between Africa and the Arab Emirates mostly, about transporting metals like gold, silver, like very like high value metals. And I got to a point in which money is flowing fine, the business is producing, but I like as you said, like the business was owning me. Like I was literally going to bed when I didn't want to go to bed, eating when I didn't want to eat, going to the bathroom when I didn't want to go to the bathroom. Like literally, I started this whole thing because I was like, hey, like I will do everything for freedom, freedom, freedom. I don't want to be an employee because I want freedom. And I found myself like in a golden cage, I always say. And so because of that, I got presented network marketing, and I understand the business model right away. And I say, oh gosh, like I can make millions with this thing. So I started like a bit differently than maybe most of the people that get in network marketing. There is like my great mentor. Actually, tomorrow, the 16th of September, will be 1 year of her passing. Jessie Lee, her story was she started because she needed to do $300 per month because of the of her basement rent that was raised, and she ended up making more than $18 million in a few years in network marketing. I did started because I wanted to make millions with an entrepreneur mindset, and what happened was when I started, like I immediately got told, just follow success because I was making tons of questions, maybe more than normal, and I was saying, okay, but I want processes, I want to track my numbers, like I want this, I want that, like this is like this is not a business. I will get crazy, but I just get told, just follow success, at least for now, follow success. And it was an actual right choice following success, at least for the beginning, because in 1 year and a half I get to the top rank in the company. But what happens is that I found myself back in a situation where I was in a golden cage, money flowing right, but because I didn't have the systems, the more I was growing, the more I was putting on my shoulders. And again, as you said, Stephen, like I'm actually a workaholic. Here is it's almost it's at 10 p.m. and it's since this morning at 8 a.m. that I'm working. It's Sunday, but so I'm not scared of working. Actually, the opposite. But I hate doing ineffective work, and so because of that, I started saying, "Oh, you know what? I believe there must be some better way." So I start looking around for this better way, and I don't really find it. And then I said, let's create the better way. And that's one of the reasons why we are here tonight also to talk about SAGA, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So you start out and you're like, you put a lot of pieces together, but what it was like, how much did it cost you for all the tools you knew you needed? How much monthly was that
Lovely.
costing you?
Okay, that's it. You want all the details. So what happens then was, so I jump on the stage at the end of September to celebrate my rank, and instead of being happy and thriving and being excited to celebrate this rank, I'm literally shitting the bed. I'm sorry for my French. And
Yeah.
what happens here is that I'm not really honest with my audience, and then like I hated it because like like I jump on the stage and just like yeah, let's go, let's go. I'm the young guy that just achieved the big rank and whatever. Um, and uh, and then really shifted everything for me. Like I started looking for seeking for help from entrepreneurs, and I jumped like on a coaching program with Grant Cardone. I believe like you from the
Yeah.
States, you all know him. Huge entrepreneur. He's in the real estate, the business. And basically, he rocked my business world, let's say, my mind when he mentioned that his sales organization started doing like basically was bringing in like the 2% of the revenue that was produced by sales organization was from a first approach. And so that means that 98% of the revenue produced from the whole company was from at least one follow-up. More data was saying that 84+% was from at least three follow-ups. And like I don't want to get to be boring like with more data, but I immediately asked myself, oh my God, do I have a proper way to follow up on my people, on my prospects?
Yeah.
And the answer was absolutely not. So consequent like follow-up question that I asked myself was, okay, if I don't have it, does my team have it? And
Not
the
a
answer was
chance.
no, exactly. And so from there, like I said, okay, I look for a solution, and there was not something that really satisfied me at the time. So I put together four different softwares. and just to try it out. Let's see what it looks like having a proper CRM, a proper system, something with which I can automate some processes for myself and do some good volume. And I get to actually a great solution. Like it really was working for me. And it was something that I would pay like more than $700 per month. And I needed like two people at the beginning, two like one engineer and another guy that I helped with all the setup thing, because it was a lot of time, a lot of learnings and everything. And so, yeah, it was great because it worked. But in network marketing, I believe you heard millions of times from Fraser Brooks mostly, or Eric Worre, you don't do what works, you do what duplicates, right? Because it's not about
Yeah.
you. It's all about like how you duplicate a system that works. So I said, okay, you know what? Like I can keep on doing that myself, but I will find myself in a situation in which always golden cage. I produce, but it's always always gets back to my to work that on my shoulder, you know. So and that's why then we started creating Saga.
Love it. And I know some of the numbers that you've had. What are some of the most important numbers that you like that make you happy when you see it? Because you're a numbers guy.
So absolutely. What happens with me is that so that was the end of 2021. In December, 1st of December 2022, we launched Saga officially in our organization. And what happened with me, it was at a stage where I was doing like $350,000 in revenue per month. And in at the end of April 2023, I get to a point in which I'm doing more than 1.2 millions in revenue per month. So I did pretty much a times three of my business in less than 6 months. And
Yeah.
now, like, is it 100% to be addressed because of the system? Probably not 100%, but there is a big percentage for sure that
Yeah.
like I address that to the system. And a few other data just to complement like what you just asked, Stephen. Sasha's business grew a lot, and we have data of many of people in our organization that did grow a lot. But you all know the story of Gisele. Like when she got diagnosed, she of course like did a big step back. Like nothing was more important than the health, of course. So she was not there as present as she would have been normally, right? And it always
Yeah.
happens. And the captain of the ship is not there. The ship. I'm not saying that the ship sinks, but like you would see like a bit of a decline for millions of reasons. Mostly like a big leader like
Yeah.
her that was driving the energy, it was driving the sales force, and much more.
It could
And
kill a whole company.
yeah, literally. And we actually didn't see the crazy decline that everybody would have expected. And the reason to be addressed was system. And James Clear always say you don't get to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. And there is where we
Yeah.
realized that we had something really big in our hands, that it was going to be far beyond what we imagined at the beginning. We actually started this whole thing because we wanted to change our own business in network marketing, nothing else. We are here talking about, hey, like this is a tool that can change the industry. And that's why
Yeah.
your great leaders, Rebecca and Steven, just said, oh, this is something that we need. And they harassed us for a long time to have this, pretty much.
Yeah. What I know I feel very strongly that some of our in terms of being an integrity, some of our uh, biggest commitments are actually to the brand new people who don't really know what they're doing. You know, if I join a company, I'm regardless of the systems, I'm pretty confident that I could make money, but not confident a lot of times if someone joins me who doesn't have the right training or success, that they could also be successful in that company. So what type of are you seeing a big change for people who have struggled previously or who are brand new to this industry?
So for sure, yeah. We did have a lot of people that were previously in the industry and of course changed to our company. And I must be honest, I also did an acquisition of a big leader in our organization because of the way they got attracted by the way we were working. Um,
Yeah.
so for sure, like talking about let's say the small guy that just the newcomer. Okay, are you like do you hear like bombs or something
You
here?
sound good. No, you sound okay. Go for it.
Sound okay? Okay, sorry, because
You're
like
good. You're good.
Barcelona team just won, and like I don't know like what is happening over here. Like there are fireworks everywhere. I'm sorry. Um, so um, so the newcomer, for sure, like when they were transitioning from another company to like in their case our team, they did see a huge difference in the way we professionalized the way we worked. That's like the first impression that I would tell you. Then there are so many other things that we can comment, but and the first thing is like related to the onboarding, like just have like that very structured process for which like a newcomer gets all the information and the step-by-step guide with also like the practical steps that they get to do and everything. That's already a game changer just for just that one, which is of course a simple concept, but it's a huge value for the whole organization, like for yourself as an upline, like whenever you get to build your team, because you get to do less than half of the work, but with like three times better results because of the clarity that this gives. And it's just like it's just a matter of leverage than like what entrepreneurship is, right? You are
Yeah.
leveraging your leaders. Even if you are a newcomer, you're leveraging like their knowledge. They don't have to jump and give your time necessarily because they did it once, and you're leveraging their knowledge and their experience for the newcomer of yours. So like your new recruit to go through the onboarding and get all the concepts. This is the most important thing. And nowadays with the tools that we can have, it's just it's a must.
I love it. I would, and maybe Beck can chime in on this one a bit. I find that our company, we've done well, but we we don't have a lot of real hardcore business people. We have a lot of people who like helping other people, practitioners, therapists, that type of people, which is beautiful. But certainly our business could use some people like hardcore business people. And for me, if I was looking at a company, I always look at systems. And for me, I think we're going to find that our company is becomes a lot more attractive to a little bit more seasoned networkers now that we have a system in place. Did you find that when you put yours in place, and kind of what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, one of the biggest reasons also I did like a times three in 6 months. To be totally honest, is I did
Yeah,
had a cool acquisition of a leader from South America, and like the very first reason was of course that we had a relationship, we were friends. He was like really liking me and everything. But like he said, bro, like I'm jumping in because like you guys have something that it's not out there in the industry. Of course, I love the product
yeah,
and everything. So I want to get affiliated with you first of all, with this company, and like the way you work is attractive. Jessie attracted tons of people for the way she worked back then with the Facebook groups, with the ATM system, and it's a thing, right? And then like she was just so good and so visionary in just embracing what would have been and what I believe is, and like you guys have this vision too, like the most innovative and futuristic way of working that will be like related and through a tool like this.
yeah. Any comments on that part of it, Beck?
No, that was all of what I was envisioning as well. So for me, my biggest what was that test that you remember that coach you sent me and we did a test? There was a certain type of test where it
Oh
tells
yeah,
you,
the Strength Finders test. Yeah,
yeah, the strength
yeah,
finders test. So my biggest strength is vision. So straight away when I actually caught the vision, and the same thing with the company of Vitify, when I catch the vision, then I'm all in and I'm sold. And the same thing with this. Once I listened and I was like, this is interesting. And like I've told the story, I had someone else kind of say, oh, I use that and it's great without knowing that we're even looking at it. And that was like, oh, this is interesting again. And then talking to you and Fraser and just, actually understanding when I jumped into Vitify, I was not a seasoned networker, but again, I loved I trusted Stephen. I understood the product and everything else, and I was like, right, all in, let's go. When I started to realize we don't have much of a system, I started to create it, but I wasn't an expert by any means. And so I was always saying to Fraser, I think we need a better system. I want to get better with the system. I want to get more duplication. How can we do this? And he's like, just systems. And then he was the one that said, I think I have someone you want to chat to, and this is Matteo, because he was talking to me about him and Jessie Lee working on this and always talking about it in their coaching calls, and then Matteo working with Jessie Lee and all that. And I was like, okay, well, again, follow success. Success leaves clues. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I just do what the experts say. But again, holding on to that vision and understanding it and being aware of it is a really big thing. So that was for me. I've seen the vision. I can understand where it's going. And now, especially as the leaders, it's up to us to make sure that other people can understand it and catch that vision as well.
Yeah, I'll add one last thing. I'll let you go through the slides. But it's funny that you mentioned the Strength Finder test because one of the things I value the most is consistency and discipline. But my Strength Finder test, you know what is on one of my lowest strengths? Consistency and discipline. And so, what do I need? I need a structure and a system to plug into to help me give the consistency and discipline. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you.
cool.
So we all know that duplication is key in network marketing. And just like Matteo said, it's not what works, it's what duplicates. And that's what I can really see with this system. And that's why we're excited and we're sharing it. And so I'll get on to sharing the slides. Again, we'll probably move through the slides pretty quickly. And it sort of looks a bit like this. So don't worry about the outside, just focus on the middle. Because again, we can have open questions at the end, and I will show you the back, I'll call it the back office of SAGA as well as we're going through it, just to help explain it, just to really make sure we're going through it nice and easily. So SAGA stands for System for Action, Growth and Automation. Okay, so any marketing, any business understands that duplication, automation, and a very simple system, just like when you're in a normal corporate job, they have systems. And the same thing now, we're professionalizing the whole industry. We're able to get a proper system and we're able to bring it into our business, which is really amazing. So the first part of the back office of SAGA is called onboarding. So we all kind of know what onboarding is. It's right here in the left. Onboarding, launching, making sure everybody understands the very basics, because you don't want to be answering a million questions of the same thing over and over and over. So as you can see here, you hop into your back office, you go straight to onboarding, you open it up, and you just go, oh, okay, here it is. I've got a 1 minute and 20-second video, or I can read this. Either way, 1 minute 20, tick it off, done. Okay, mindset. We all know mindset's key. I've got a 4 minute video here and a little information about mindset, tick it off. So everyone just goes, watch, tick, watch, tick, watch, tick, until all of the onboarding is done. And on the front of the back end, you can see up the top here how much of the onboarding you have done. And you can also check with your people, if they're saying, I'm still not getting results, check how much of the onboarding they've done as well, which I think is really cool. So that's what we mean by the onboarding process. It's very powerful, very simple. We've really, really made it as petite as possible so that people can just watch little bite-sized bits of information and not get overwhelmed, because we all know that when you're overwhelmed, you don't really get to move to that next step. We kind of get stuck there. So we're trying to make it so everyone doesn't get stuck at any stage, okay? Nice and easy. The next part of the system is the lead magnets. So on the side here, you can see prospecting tools. Okay, and you can see on the prospecting tools, we've got a link mate, which is like, you can send out a link and it's connected to your Vidify as well, of course, and a lead magnet here, which is kind of more like a traditional type of model of marketing, but it works very well for the attraction marketing side as well. So now we can give value and say, whoops, wait a minute, my dog just likes to press on my cord here. So now we can give people an actual freebie. You know how you you're scrolling through and someone says, get my freebie here of how to eat 100 grams of protein a day or whatever it may be. And you go, oh, I would like that. So you enter, you say, yep, let me have that freebie. And you enter in your details. What you're doing is you're entering into a lead magnet, and now they have captured your details and you are now on their list. Okay, that's what we have the ability to do. And these are just two very basic, simple lead magnets that we've created already. We will, and the team and the leaders, anybody can help create these. We can put them in here and we can actually use that, and the whole team can use that. And as people sign into that lead magnet, they now become leads. Sorry. Stop it, doggy. My dog keeps moving him underneath the table and he keeps pulling the thing out. So just excuse that. So that's what they mean by a lead magnet. So that's how you get infinite leads. As you start to build up your influence and as you start to build up your socials, which you will learn along the way, you will then be able to use those lead magnets as well. So again, that's next level. We haven't had that ability yet, unless you're already at that level in marketing. So not a lot of us have been at that level. I understood it, but I also did not have the time to create it just for myself. And now that it's for a whole team, everyone gets access to that. So that's super exciting. So again, we will be doing trainings on all of this all week. So you'll be able to understand more and more how to use that and utilize that. The next part of the back end is the information pages. This part is not quite ready yet. We would like it to be a little bit more precise, but the information and what's going to be able to be available here is, as you can see, you can just copy and paste this little link here, send it to people, and they will have all the information that they need to be able to go, oh, look at this for this product. Here's some information on the product. Here's some testimonials. Here's a video. Things that, so if they're not on Facebook, you don't have to worry about getting them into a group. Now, there's a lot of people that are moving off Facebook. So the ATM group has been amazing. And again, like Matteo said, Jessie Lee was one of the instrumental people that created that. And Matteo and Jessie Lee being, at the core of understanding this stuff, we know that, that's the next level. That's the next area that we are heading to. So this is what the info pages are all about. It's about sharing the information about the product or the business with the people. You capture their information again and you make sure that they're on your list. And so you've got that there all the time and you're able to actually then grow your team. And if they're not on Facebook or if they don't want to be using the old style of leads and everything else, they can actually use this as well, which is kind of really great. So we customize that landing page as well. So you can just keep using that. And we will keep updating as well, by the way. So everything in this can be changed and can be updated, and I like that also. The next part is where we keep our contacts. So on the side here, we can see as we have communication. My dog keeps banging on that. Sorry about that. He's under the desk, but he won't move. So on here we have contacts. What I've done is I've just added a few. I also tested out my own, tested it out here. I signed into a business lead magnet. So you can see the interactions here. You can see what they've signed in with. You can see their name. If they're with Instagram, if they're with messages, if they're with email, if they're with SMS. Soon, they will soon have Facebook here as well. So you'll be able to see how they've interacted and you'll be able to connect with them on those platforms. So it's connected and intuitively on there. You can see what it is. If they're a lead, you can change to a customer, a promoter. If they were lost, you've got all of this ability. You also have the ability to add in notes and stuff as you're actually reaching out to them. So you can know exactly when you reached out, you can add in a schedule to say, I need to actually reach back out to this one because it's been 2 days or it's been a week. So everything you need now is all in one area. So you're not having like what I had. Can you believe this is what I always was doing, like writing it out. Now, I'm big on believing that when you write it out, it creates more, but it's not as organized as what this is going to be. So now people won't slip through the cracks for the follow-up. People won't slip through the cracks with, I don't know about you, but I literally had someone yesterday while I was out and about saying, oh, can you get me some information? And I was like, yep. So I quickly sent it. And when I got home, I was like, right, let's be able to put it straight in here. I could actually do it on my phone as well. Okay, so everything said, okay, let me send you some information, and then send, and then I've captured their information. They're on my list. I know exactly when to follow up and everything's there for me. So that is, for me, that was one of the biggest things. Tracking and being able to follow up is one of the biggest things I was looking for as well. The next part is the daily tasks. So again, clarity is key. If you know exactly what to do each and every day and you don't have to think about it, you literally just go here, go to your phone and go, okay, well, what is it that I have to do today? Okay, I just have to go here, here, here. It's literally, it looks like this in the back office and I'll just close that. Daily tasks, it looks like this here. So I'll go to challenges. So everyone picks a challenge. So there's a challenge for the first 30 days for people who are just brand new. If they want to get to Rapid Pro, a simpler challenge, there may be some of the other ones. So this is what we'd recommend first. Then they might say, I've only got 1 hour a day to do the business, just 1 hour. So they might choose the power hour, which goes through exactly 1 hour to do the business. Or they might say, I've got a little bit longer. I want to get to diamond in, 6 months. There's a different challenge for different levels. If you really want to go fast, there's a real big one as well if you've got a lot of time and you're in full time. So you get to choose the action steps and the steps that you are able to take each and every day. And then it will come up like this each and every day. Now, I've picked 2 of them, which is why there's a lot. But as I go through today and I go, okay, create 20 new conversations. Once I've done that, I tick it off. Okay, green light challenge, which is when you go on the green light, the Facebook. I didn't know that until then, so that's great. Do that and I can tick it off. Now at the dashboard, up the top, you can see how much of your daily tasks you've already done and how much you've got to go throughout the day. So if you go, okay, I've got more time now, I can get to work, press on it, what am I up to? Okay, I'm going to comment on 15 people's Facebook posts. I'm going to create some, help the algorithm and all of that stuff. So everything is there in this area and you get to choose what it is that you are able to do each and every day. So I loved that. I love it. I think it's amazing. Again, it's about tracking. And if people are doing just those simple steps each and every day, we know that that's going to actually result in some amazing business. Okay, so the next part that we're going to speak about is the library. The library is a really great area as well because it actually has a lot of the content that you're going to need for training. It's also got an area of tools that you can share as well. So if you go, okay, I really like that info page, but this person was asking about autoimmune and I know that there was a great webinar on autoimmune. You can pop in here and we haven't got all of the webinars in there yet, but we will. And you can go, oh, okay, here's a Sid Bi-Fi one. Click, share, and then you've got the link to be able to share with anybody. So you can see how this is going to be a one-stop shop. We're going to have more opportunities in here. I'd like to have like Iwan's in there, Stephen's in there, like all different ones, Brenda's in there. So people can choose what it is that they use to be able to share with people, okay? We also have training. So the ones that are not going to be necessarily out and about for people and you don't want to be sharing, it's not necessarily for a tool, they're going to be training areas. So if you go, I need to learn how to get more leads, I need to learn how to recruit, you can go into the training, lead generation, and there's a couple of trainings in there. We're just going to keep building on this. So again, if you guys have great trainings and people, you go, okay, this was amazing and this really worked, and when people follow it, you can go straight in here and you can go, let's pop it in here, and then it's available for everyone. So it's an area that all your training and your tools, frequently asked questions like how to get paid, what's the email for customer support, what's the phone number, what's the medical questions, all in here, all ready to go. Okay, so everything that you could think of is here. There's a couple of things like the Facebook that's still getting in process, that will be hopefully very soon as well. And a couple of other, I know you guys are always working. That's the other thing. We're in SAGA right now at very early stages. They've already got all of this amazing tools, but they're working consistently to build it and to grow it even more, which I think is really exciting as well. I do believe that this whole back-end network marketing system is the way of the future, and we are in at a really early stage to be able to share it with people and to be able to attract people into our business with such an amazing, an amazing, very simple, duplicatable system. So in saying that, you've got everything in one spot and you can use it on your phone. They're talking about it being available, or it being at least $99, if not more of value. Now we understand marketing, so we see how they do this. And usually it's about $35.99 a month, which again, very good value. I would have paid that just to have my tracking and my follow-up, to be honest. So I think it's amazing value. And I've been in business before online. I understand, just like what Matteo was saying, $700 a month for all of those different areas in all different subscriptions. Easy, would have easily been there. So I get it. I understand it. Right now, they are doing a special for us, $19.99 a month, but it is billed yearly. So if you jump in on that, you actually get a special. It's a very good saving. It's a 48-hour discount. So just click on that, or do you want to pop this one here in the chat, Stephen? There, so people can register. We're going to have only 48 hours for that. So we just popped in the time, which is about, we'll clarify that. I'll pop it in the chat as well for that special. Very, very simple. You just click on the link or the QR code, enter your details, and then here you select a plan. It's billed yearly. You must select billed yearly. Just click it there and you can see how much it is. And that's the discount. If you are wanting to do, if you say, okay, I'm really interested, but I want to actually trial it, that's absolutely fine. You just get it for a month and trial it for a month. This special is not getting extended. People asked last night. I don't believe it is. And I You know, at the end of the day, this is not our business. We don't make any money. We can't be affiliates to it. This is Matteo's and Sasha's, and there's a group of them. This is their business, okay? This is their thing. So we are very lucky to jump on and be able to use this system, but it's not ours. We can't make the choices of the prices or anything like that. So please be aware of that. There is some training calls that we'll be facilitating. Now, this is more in Australian, New Zealand time zones. But in saying that, we'll record it. And I know that Brenda and Stephen are working out a couple of time zones as well. So this would be great for UK and Europe these times, maybe not so much for USA and Canada sort of times. So is there any questions on that, guys? I hope I've answered them all. But if not, pop it up on the side here. Yes, Deborah's already signed up and hoping that her team will jump in with it. Don't hope, just make them. No, I'm joking, Deborah. You've got to share the vision and you've got to be like, okay, well, I'm jumping in because I'm going all in. Where are you at? And you'll be able to see the people that want to jump in or not.
I'll say a couple really quick things. Number one, personally, I would happily have paid $35 a month only for the ability to text anyone I put in the thing. Like, easy. I've been looking for something like that. I mean, imagine like what a one thing you can text everyone on your team to remind them about a call, or ooh, take a amazing new testimonial that got uploaded to YouTube, text it to all your customers or all your downline, just keep reminding them how amazing the product is. This is golden for you, right? So, no, for me right now, if someone signs up, this actually is going to be a very useful tool. One of the things that wastes a lot of our time in business is we don't actually know who's serious and who's not, right? Shocking thing is someone could sign up for the Kit 1000 or Kit 1250 and not actually be interested in the business. Shocker. People do it. Why? Because they're like, oh, what's a business expense and I have a year's worth of product. All right. Like people actually do that. Someone may sign up for 250 kit and be totally serious about the business, but for me right now, if I have enroll somebody, if they want to do the business, then they're signing up for Saga. If they don't want to sign up for Saga, then they're telling me that they just want a hobby, which is awesome, right? Here's all the different groups, go for it. But now I know that this person isn't on my radar for building a business because they just want a hobby. And that personally, that saves me a lot of time. So number one, if someone goes, "Oh, it's expensive," I'm like, are you starting a business or are you doing a hobby? And if that price is a big barrier for people, then and I hope this doesn't come across harsh, but it's like you have more of a hobby mindset. So just be honest with yourself that you're not in a position to make full-time income. And if you just want a hobby and hang out and share the product occasionally and make a little bit of money, that's awesome. So that's absolutely great. We love people like that. And but if you want to build a business, this is how we're going to do it. So
Yeah, I'm all in like you, Stephen. So I'm very much the same. If people want to build a business, this is not a very big expense for a business at all. But again, I've been in traditional business. So, I paid a couple of $100,000 for my traditional business and did not get paid very well. And it was a lot of stress and a lot of time. And, this
yeah,
is absolutely nothing compared to the limitless potential. So, again, it will sort out the chaff from the weeds. It will sort out the people that really want in and the people that just want a hobby or just want to, they're more of a tourist, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone starts at the tourist stage if they don't understand the potential. So yeah, that's how I will be moving forward as
yeah,
well. Because imagine a lot of people, especially in our teams, use a lot of Facebook, which is great, but we don't have control of that. And groups are shut down sometimes just overnight for no reason. So if that happened, there's a lot of other areas now that they can actually get all the content because we don't want that to happen. And I shouldn't even put that out there, but I'm just saying we have to be realistic. That is not we don't own that, and at least we have all of this here in one area. So for us, it's like makes perfect sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a
It's like,
question.
Well,
go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, yeah, I have a question. First, I have a statement, then I have a question. So when you look at this as a business, right now it is $19.99, right? It's $20 a month, but you get billed yearly. Guys, that is less than a Starbucks cup of coffee. If you give up 4 Starbucks, it's paid for. So stop drinking 1 cup of coffee a week so you can grow your business. That's just one thing. So look at it that way. You know, I can give up a Starbucks so that I can become a multimillionaire. Just saying, I'm going to put that out there. The other thing is when someone comes in, when we sign on new entrepreneurs down the road, will they have access to the special for 48 hours as well? Or will it be the 35?
It will be the 35, but they'll have 2 weeks of free trial. So they'll be able to trial it for 2 weeks, and then they'll be able to see all of what it actually takes, and then they'll have to pay 35. So you guys are the only ones that get that special. All right, so that's it.
Perfect.
Because you're here right at the very beginning. So you're here at the beginning.
Yes.
Now, we've been in Bitify for a couple of years now. We understand when you're an early adopter. You're here at the beginning. Some of the stuff we're still tweaking. So you get that. You get it at a special price. In 6 months' time, this will be absolutely incredible. We would have learned even more about it. We would be using it in a completely next level context. $35 a month, nothing, you know. Going to be just incredible.
You know, if someone wants to do, if someone doesn't want to do the system, but they still want my attention, the problem is that I value my time on one-on-one at least $225 an hour. So like there's that, right? Awesome.
Absolutely.
Who else has questions? Someone had a question
There is no payment plan or zip pay. So sorry, that's all there is at the moment. That there is a monthly option, so you can pay monthly if you can't afford all of it at once. Is there any
Real
other
quick,
questions?
to be super clear, as you go through the system, this is still Vidify Saga 1.0. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that isn't like, for example, the landing pages, that's been my responsibility. But I've been in Europe, it's almost done, but we're still missing some stuff, right? And so hopefully that'll be done soon, but that's a big priority. So right now we just have the onboarding instructions slightly tweaked because the landing page isn't properly going yet. So we are very, very open to feedback. And Matteo and Sasha also really, really want our feedback on, okay, what do we need to do? How do we make it simpler, more effective? Because that's good for their business if we help them make it more effective and effective as well. So.
Stephen, can you put the link to sign up in the chat here because there's people that are asking? And Matteo, I love what you said. It is 66 cents a day. I mean, come on. Right? Yeah. That, to me,
Teresa
is a
asked,
no-brainer.
exactly. Teresa asked, is it $34 after a year? Like, I don't know about you, but I don't know what anything's going to be costing after a year. How much has things gone up after a year just over the last 12 months? So I don't really want to be, I mean, that's not up to us because it's not ours, but we don't know where anyone's going to be or anything's going to be in 1 year's time. So we don't want to make any
You also
promises for
don't
that.
even know what your mortgage could be next year.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Would love to be able to answer that, but I can't. I can't see that far in the future. So
I'll tell you, don't get scared. Like it's not gonna get like a crazy increase or anything at all. Not like it's not gonna follow the inflation. Like I'm just
yeah,
so.
they do try to keep it as cost effective as possible. So Jennifer said, who's coordinating the content? Well, that would be the diamonds mainly. We have but I'm very, very open. I said this last night as well. If you guys have an amazing lead magnet or something that you want to contribute, or you have an idea and you want to coordinate with anyone, we're always open for collaboration. So definitely. And if Stephen does an amazing training and everyone gets value out of it, put it in there. If Brenda does an amazing training and everyone gets amazing value, pop it in there. And we have a few trainers in our team that are not at Diamond or Elite, and they have incredible training. So we're always happy to put anything like that in there as long as it's value added to the whole team.
Yeah. So we're trying to do two things. On the one hand, put everything we need in Saga. On the other hand, take as much as possible out of Saga to make it simpler to make it still works. So there's a balance, right? You know, I spent a lot of time last week going through what we had put in on onboarding and getting rid of stuff. It's like, okay, too much, too much, too much, because we want the brand new person to go look at it, do it, not like, oh, wait, cool. Which one option should I do? And let me think about it. No, we want like action, like right there. So
Yep, I'm just going to copy and paste the time that it finishes for you because I reckon it's in the chat. Brenda. So I'll copy and paste the time that 48-hour one finishes, and it's in there now. So just write down the times. That's when the 48-hour special finishes, guys. And is there another question on there?
Right. The question is it your Wednesday or our Wednesday? Because you're a day ahead of us.
Yeah,
Whose
it's my
Wednesday is it?
Thursday.
It's written down there.
Yep,
It's
your
written in the
Wednesday.
chat, Brenda.
It's your
I
Wednesday.
didn't see it. Sorry. My
2
Wednesday.
p.m.
Thank you.
PST, 3 p.m. MST, 4 p.m. CST.
Thank you. The village
Yep.
helps.
This time is a bit of an issue. So I hope that's clear, guys. If there is any more questions, now's the time to ask. The beautiful thing about this as well, and the vision that I seen was as we start to open more countries, we get to change the language in there quite simply. There's AI tools that we can actually change the video straight into another person's language, or we can get the leaders in that country to actually recreate those videos for different countries. So we're just launching English right now, but I know that Betty and a few of the crew from Europe are very ready and happy to start doing, I don't want to get this wrong, is it Danish or where's Betty? Is he in Amsterdam? Yeah, Amsterdam. I get it confused all the time. So all of that will be coming as well. And you can imagine as you start to open into Southeast Asian countries, we can change that and we can be on top of that. So it's going to make it a lot easier and more accessible to everyone all around the world. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
It's Gene, the time for UK is written in the link above.
10 p.m. UK on Wednesday is the time, and 11 p.m. CET, which is in Europe. Okay, so and we can reiterate that and share that. So as we start to share this out, we had a lot more questions last night, so I feel like I'm ready to answer them, but they're not coming now. So hopefully we've answered them in what we've said.
I think we were a little more ahead of the curve and knew what questions people would have. So
yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
Awesome.
So if there's no other questions, guys, we will stop the recording. We do have the recording from last night as well, where we did answer a lot of questions, so people can jump on that and watch that. There's
Beck, sorry, it's Teresa here.
Hey, Teresa.
Where's the link again to sign up for the SAGA?
In the chat. Can you see the chat in Zoom?
Yes.
So Stephen's popped it in there. I'll copy and paste it again. Can I copy link? I'll paste it again. There you go. And we also have it in the groups, and we also have it in the chat. So I just put it in there last night. So the link is all there. There's also the
That's what I
QR
thought.
code.
Thank you.
Okay, so and we'll keep posting that. And like I said last night, this is now part of our onboarding process. So when someone joins and say, I want to do the business, great. Okay, here's what you need to know. Here's the SAGA link. Here's the link to the next convention, regional convention, and just like normal. What is it that you need to know? Just the real basics. Here's the SAGA link so you can go through onboarding. Here's the link to go to the next regional convention. What else do you normally say to people when they're, you go through that, you have a call with them, you check on their why, then you check how much they really want it. But everything's already in SAGA. It goes through all of that. So you don't need to
more. Oh, where's the link for the call? Which group is it? I know I saw it somewhere. Or like, oh wait, what time? It's like, is there a call today? I don't know. Or would I have to go to find it? It's like, it's in SAGA under events.
Yep, just here on the side here. You can see here, team calendar. I've already put some in there for the training calls, and it goes to your time. So you can see exactly what's going on. The latest news, which we'll put the recording of last night in the latest news. So anyone that's already here can have the recording. You get an email with that. When people join with a lead magnet, they also get an email with that. You can create email lists and you can send out your own emails. So it's all here, all ready to go.
Yeah.
So, kind of cool. Now I'll stop the share. So Jean, if you just scroll up 3, you'll see the link to sign. Literally 3 up the chat. 1, 2, 3.
So
One-stop shop.
Deborah here. So I will have SAGA and Beeks has got SAGA, but if we're signing people up as entrepreneurs, if they do not come in and want SAGA, are we still able to share the onboarding in the SAGA with them?
No, they don't have the access.
Okay.
So then if you as a leader, I think about it this way, make your life easier. If they want to do the business, tell them that SAGA is where you need to be.
Yeah.
If anyone starts a business, any type of business, do they have startup costs?
Yeah, I understand all of that, but some people don't.
Well, then they need to be just, so that's up to us to be able to communicate that in the
Okay.
clearest and most direct way. But obviously, you can be a bit more gentle than I am. But at the same time, just want to be clear, because
Yeah.
if you want people to have success, we've got to be really open with our communication and transparent. If you want success, this is where you need to be. If you
Yeah.
don't want success, that's fine. We'll still give you the option of what we've already had, and they can have that for free. But we all know how much work that is, and also where to find it. And we're going to be focusing on this as leaders. So if they want to be with us and run with the leaders and they actually want a business, then we will be highly recommending this. Doesn't mean that we won't let them join. It just means that we, like Stephen said, someone comes in and they say, yep, I'm all in for the business and I want in on SAGA. Great. You get my time and attention, because my time and attention is valued at a lot. Same as Stephen. If they come in and they say, I want a business, oh, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it my own way. Okay, good luck. Here's all the content. I won't be answering a million questions for you because you haven't done the line, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to be very, very strict boundaries as leaders. And as you start to build, you will learn that, because you only have 24 hours in a day.
Yep. Thank you.
Here's what I will say. There is an exception for me, even though I was very, very strict, but it's a very particular exception. And it's like, if you're so tech challenged that you have a challenge, like checking your email and texting people, no, I'm not going to sign you up for SAGA, because that's actually make my life more difficult, right? If you're like my mom, who's a great recruiter but turns the stereo off by unplugging it from the wall, uh, no, we will not be trying to train you how to do SAGA. You get a get out of jail free card, promise. But she's a hardcore, really good recruiter. So unless you fall in that category and you want to do business, that's you don't get out of it. Okay. So
Yeah, I must admit, I don't think I'm signing my mum up. I don't think I'm signing my mum. She would ask me a million questions. It would drive me nuts. But yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. But that's rare, right? But I mean, yeah. So,
Yeah. And
awesome.
it will soon help you to help identify who actually wants the business, because it's a tool to be able to, you're sorting as people come in. You're always sorting which level are they at, how much time do I have to give to them. That's part of the process of recruiting. So this is actually another tool for you to use to be able to say, this person's really serious, this person's investing in themselves and they see a vision and they're in. So another tool for us. Any other questions, guys, before we finish up?
Awesome.
Great. All right, I'll stop the recording.